I think the drinking thing is like, if you start off playing and you're playing well, then historically in my life, like, I wouldn't drink because I start, or do anything to alter the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
Historically, though, like, if you're playing really fucking bad,
have a drink.
Have a couple shots of tequila and
loosen up.
You might play better. You can't play worse. If you're just shit trash.
You're definitely gonna play better.
I don't think I really do more than a shot or two, and maybe usually at the turn, especially if it's early morning, I won't.
Yeah.
But if I smoke some weed, then that doesn't mess up my game at all.
I've played some of the best golf I've ever played completely blacked out, for sure.
Where?
Shit, the Grove, all over and back.
Yeah.
Like tons of them, but like blacked out.
Yeah.
Hysterically dying, laughing, talking shit, and hitting the fucking best shots I ever hit in my life, and just die, laughing, keep talking shit.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another brand new episode of Part 3 Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Baller. Got my dog, J.R. Smith, my boy, Stephen Malbon. Today, we have our first professional hockey player, legendary brawler. Welcome to the show, my man, Sean Avery. What's up, Sean?
And there you have it. Welcome to the first tee.
Welcome to the first tee.
I wanted to ask JR because I was thinking we both had the luxury of playing for Jim Dolan. And
oh, God.
I mean, no, I wanted to see what the basketball perspective was because we love Jim. The hockey players, like, we always thought Dolan, if you played for the Rangers, like, he's the best owner in sports.
Really?
No, you're not.
Nah, we didn't get that impression.
Well, I'm talking from like a utility standpoint. Best hotels, best planes.
100%. Oh, from that,
best training camps, best fucking.
Oh, your
masseuses.
first class, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. You get that practice facility is magnificent.
Yeah,
the breakfast, the lunch,
the whole thing. The chefs
is amazing.
Yeah,
it's definitely first class all the way.
Yeah,
until you get to actually the basketball.
Yeah, the dynamics of who's playing where and how much.
You're the first person I've ever heard say anything good about.
Oh, I think Dolan's one of the best owners in sports for a player. Not okay. Listen, you can only control so much what they're going to do in the front office and just from a pure aesthetics, like they don't fuck around.
No,
that
for sure.
Best of everything.
100%.
Did you guys ever go? Because I remember. So that was Phil. You had Phil.
I had Phil. I had Glenn Grunwald to start, which was amazing, and then they got rid of him and brought Phil in.
So did Phil? We always heard you guys would go. Like Phil would take you guys to like fucking Nebraska or do these weird trips.
To we had training camp with Phil at the the Navy, the Army Navy base up there
in West Point.
In West Point.
Oh, in West Point. Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was like cool. It was cool to have conversations with some of the people who are going to protect the country and all that. But then we would do like certain weird like meditation stuff, and it was just like, bro, what is going on?
Yeah,
like this is getting weird. Like,
I don't think he was that at that Zen stage with like the Bulls. Like I think that was an evolution of like his new sort of vibe, right?
100%.
That Hawaii thing and
it was not translating well to our team.
You know who I didn't like? I always put a bad taste in my mouth because I was lucky enough to play there when Steph was still a Knick, or Marbury was playing for the Knicks, but that fucking lazy ass Curry. You remember Curry?
Curry.
Big guy. Played for the Knicks. Like he was like 240.
Oh, Eddy Curry.
Eddy Curry?
Yeah.
Yeah. We always kind of like, I don't know. I didn't like his game. I thought he was one of those guys that was like fucking around and didn't really want to be in the in the Heat. Did you play with him ever?
I never played when I played against him a few times.
Because the reason I'm saying this is at the training center, the Knicks and the Rangers essentially live together. Like, so you go into the cafeteria and like whatever, JR's there with whoever, or he was gone by the time I was gone, or he had got there. But like I would roll in, I'd see Stephon Marbury and you Starbury with his shoes.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Marbury though?
Yeah.
That was his last name, but Starbury.
The nickname or something.
But he'd have like his boys with him and because everyone had like, those guys had crews.
They had crews,
right?
For sure.
And we didn't have crews, but you could tell how a guy was based on his crew. That's how I felt, and I never liked fucking Curry's crew.
Yeah,
his crew. I always felt his crew was even like lazier than him. But that's how you would see it. It's not like that in any other team. Like you don't see the other professional team in the city.
No,
like you don't see the Yankees.
No.
But the Knicks and the Rangers, you'd see each other every day.
I think that was like some of the dopest shit, like literally going in there and like seeing you guys practice and stuff. Like, cause I never went to an actual hockey game.
Yeah.
Like, so when I like used to go slide into practice sometimes, dip around the corner and see how fast y'all were fuckers really going. I'm like, damn, like this.
Yeah.
That shit, it used
and
to
the
be
same
dope,
thing,
though.
we'd like sneak into the practice court when these guys were gone and like felt like we were in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to a lot of games as a youngster. You know, my godfathers almost tried to buy the Lakers a long time ago, and I've been going since the Forum and all this. And, you know, the Forum Club was whatever, it's nothing. And then I started like in the 90s, started kind of traveling around, was finally starting to make a little bit of money. I never really got to see like what real like true VIP felt like, right? And MSG set the precedent.
Yeah.
So when I finally got to sit courtside at an MSG game, I was like, bro, the Forum Club's a joke. This is terrible. It's like you barely get some whatever catering. You go to MSG, there's like gummy bear bar, there's milkshakes. You know, soft serve. There's full prime rib, and there's this and all that. Everything. You could go get the candy and all. And even still to this day, it's like, you know, it's like such a nice experience when you get to go in the VIP area where everyone gets food, and it's just
that's the Dolan, that's the special.
No, for sure.
It's a Dolan effect right there.
Yeah, that's that sure. Big. You know, that's where. He. And by the way, that building. You know, you played enough, and that building's a special building.
Oh, come on,
it's incredible.
Like it doesn't wear off.
It literally felt like you were playing on Broadway every night.
Yeah.
Like you were like literally a Broadway performance type situation. Star-studded every night, no matter if you're playing the worst team or the best, and sold out every night. It was very few. I mean, no places like it to me, but
I knew a guy that played for the Knicks for a little bit. One of the guys on the team, I can't remember his name, but he was he was a white guy, right? So what I'm telling you this story is because he's like, hey, listen, come to the game tonight because I'm going out with the guys. And I don't know why he asked me. I mean, I was a seasoned New York, you know, nightlifer. I could handle my own, but he took us with guys on the team, and they took me to one of the, it was a hip hop club. I'd never been to a New York City hip hop club. Like you understand what I'm talking about, right? Where you get, so what would one of those been called? I'm thinking.
What, the tunnel you talking about, or?
Probably Spa.
Yeah, it might have been Spa.
Spa was lit.
I'm just thinking
my boy
when
Richie
you were
was,
there,
you know,
probably Spa.
Yeah.
Mark Ronson was DJing there. Grandmaster Flash was DJ there.
Yeah, and I had never. I was hanging out at like the Beatrice in the West
You
Village.
were at Beatrice and Bungalow.
Yeah, I was at Beatrice and Bungalow. I had never seen that New York. So how much fun did you have in New York?
so much fun.
Oh man,
So much fun.
damn.
So much fun.
Like every night.
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night. There's one thing I could say about New York. Like people don't realize, like, being a professional athlete is obviously amazing. You get a lot of perks. You get a lot of things that come to you that normally wouldn't come to the average person. Being a professional athlete and playing for a New York team, let alone the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like I would suspect like the Nets have it pretty good, but like when you play for the Knicks,
Come on.
the Rangers, the Giants, who still play in Jersey, but the Yankees. If you play for one of those teams, it's literally like the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
You can go wherever you want.
Drive wherever you want.
Whenever.
With anyone, whatever, it doesn't
good.
Matter.
You're
First
good.
precinct guys will be like, fuck, we gotta get JR home or Avery.
Bro, I saw Porzingis.
Get him home.
No,
of all
seriously,
people,
like
I saw Porzingis getting treated like he was Justin Bieber. Like I was like, what the hell?
it's unreal.
Yeah.
The police are the nicest people ever when you play for the
Yeah.
Like it's incredible. Hey man, you all right? We need to get you in the. Like we'll follow you. We'll put somebody ever like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
Hold up. I went to Cleveland.
I went to go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, because you hadn't really played in this.
Crazy.
You hadn't played in I played in LA, so before I got to New York, so I kind of got a little bit lucky. So where you went from Denver to
I went from Denver to China to New York.
Yeah, that's
to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And brought party with Victor
Cleveland
Cruz
was
one
rough,
night.
but they loved it.
And this is after the Giants won the Super Bowl.
It's just not as. It's not as.
And we're at Green Door.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I went with Victor Cruz one night. This is after the Super Bowl.
Green Door or Greenhouse?
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse. Yeah, down in Tribeca.
Green Door is a goddamn massage parlor in San Francisco. Anyway, so we went to Greenhouse, and I was like, Vic, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
It's crazy here. You know, it's Super Bowl. We lit. We're in there, and like he said, man, it took 20 minutes just to get out of the club. You know, like 20 real minutes, like to get out. Boom, and like the whole way. Hey, man, you know business. And then like you see a random person in the deli. Yo, Vic. What's up, man? We going back to the Super Bowl, blah, blah, whatever. And just like, you know, Indian people, you know, Middle Eastern, you name it. It's like they just love their sport. So he's like, that's for real. I couldn't imagine seeing JR during those heydays, but.
Well, like you remember the first time you ever saw a professional athlete in a club in New York? Like, did you ever see one of those?
Yeah. People would go out.
Yeah, they
Even
went
like
out. They
early,
used to,
like
right?
early when I first moved to New York when I was young was like Mike Tyson would fucking go out.
Yeah.
It was so wild in New York City when I first started going out and had moved there. It was like 2000. But yeah, the amount of people in the clubs and like, you know, we used to do parties at this place underneath called Gustavino's underneath the Queensbridge. And fucking Gustavino's, we would do parties. But I remember one night, like, you know, Eminem, Jay-Z, Backstreet Boys, fucking like Trina, and then like all the like Harold Hunters and downtown dirtbag crew and Supreme Kids and skaters and like all of that shit mixed up into one restaurant on like an ongoing Thursday night. New York's the fucking best.
So how amazing is that with no camera phones?
Yeah.
Like that
totally different back then.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like, coming through New York when they just started taking pictures and like people really stopped enjoying their time to watch everybody else and see what everybody else is doing. Like that was like an era where I was like, damn, this is like, it's really changing.
You just said something, right? I said on my podcast, I've been talking about this for 20 plus years. And I think my producers, Miles and Jordan, because they produced my other show, I think they're probably, no, I mean, they believe me because my life is so fucking nuts. In 2000, we won, Dr. Dre won Producer of the Year, and I was head of A&R at Aftermath Entertainment. So he won the Grammys, we cleaned up, having a Grammy party at Eddie Murphy's house. And it was a legendary party. Remember, there's no camera phones and nothing like that back then, right? We had sidekicks. So I talk about this story at 4 a.m. where Dr. Dre says, who the fuck is this DJ? I'm like, that's my boy Dave Orlando, don't even trip. He goes, yo, can you tell this dude, let me DJ? And I was like, yeah, it's 4 a.m. in LA. That's super late for LA.
Yeah.
So I walk up to him and say, hey, bro. And he's like, what? Because he's like tired. I was like, hey, bro, meet my boy. This is Dr. Dre. And he was like, holy shit. He goes, hey, man, you mind if he DJs and me and him are going to take over? He's like, go right ahead. So we start DJing, boom. Eminem comes out of nowhere. Eminem starts rapping. Fred Durst is there, Backstreet Boys, boom. It was a legendary party. For 20 years, I talked about this party. There's no phones and nothing. Everyone says, this cat, blah, blah, whatever. Some random dude goes into my fucking chat room one night and goes, hey, bro, I have a picture from that night with a real camera. And I was like, dear God, please send me the picture. Remember when I posted that picture? And sure enough, you see me, Dre, Eminem, the dude from Backstreet Boys, Fred Durst, and it was like, you had to cherish the moment because you didn't have that digital picture, you know?
Yeah.
And that was a good time because
Yeah.
You know, people were doing shit. They weren't just fucking sitting there. People were actually dancing at the nightclub. People were, you know, you didn't have to worry about.
Conversating.
Yeah. Did you play golf when you played for the Rangers?
Yeah,
the Knicks?
I played for the Knicks, I was in Manhattan Woods and like all of that up there.
Yeah, I didn't, like I played a lot when, from 8 to 14, I played religiously because it was a perfect summer sport for us because it was light on contact and
Age 8?
8 to
like
14.
as a kid
kid.
in Canada.
Golf.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you were playing that long. Okay.
Yeah, like because a lot of hockey players play golf. That was kind of like the thing. But then I stopped playing. I didn't really play because I don't know. I think whatever. I just stopped playing, you know. But my first year in the league, I played for Detroit Red Wings, and we had a big golf team. Yzerman, Hall, Robitaille, everybody golfed on that team. They were major golfers. So anytime we would go somewhere, like on the road or whatever, we'd go and play these courses. Now, at that point, I didn't know, like we go to New York and play Shinnecock and they take us in a fucking helicopter to the Hamptons. And I'm just kind of like along for the ride, and I'd play 4 holes and then I'd take my shoes off and then I'd be like, guys, I'm going to go. I was 22, right? I wasn't a golfer. So I was thinking about this and trying to add up all the courses that these guys would, every time we would land somewhere, they would go and fucking play
Somewhere
whatever.
good.
Somewhere good.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you guys were doing that.
I was. No, nobody else was with me.
Nobody else played.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
Was Luke Robitaille any good?
No, Luke didn't really play.
Okay.
But Holly was Brett Hall is like a scratch.
Brett was a scratch?
Oh yeah. Sick. Holly's a sick player. And then I played with Ronick in LA, and JR used to do that a lot too.
Ronick is my guy.
Anytime
Jeremy,
we were somewhere,
man.
he'd be like, "Let's go. We're gonna go play."
Didn't Jeremy
here."
play for Chicago too, or no? Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Great Chicago Blackhawk. Yeah.
So I thought.
But I remember all these courses, and I was just like, "Fuck," because my son plays now, and I like him to only play on shitty courses. Because I think it's good.
Yeah.
Like a kid, like
I just saw something that said if you're raised in the zoo, it's hard to play in the jungle.
Right.
You know, so like you got to learn how to play on like shitty courses and shitty lies and you know all that because
yeah.
Well, I mean, bro,
rough out
Shinnecock
there.
is one of the fucking greatest courses in fucking the country.
Well, now I know the heritage, like the importance behind that course. Like I wish I could go back in time and just taken in the landscape a bit.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I didn't even know what the Hamptons were.
Yeah.
You know?
You just knew you were going on
I was a year out of
helicopter.
Canada. I was playing in Detroit. I was like, where the fuck? We're on a helicopter?
What year was this?
2003.
Oh my God, bro. That was prime. Dude, Hamptons in 2000, 2001, the Synergy Spa and all that.
Yeah.
And,
Like I think a foursome that I was in with a bunch of guys from the Red Wings was maybe like the 3rd or 4th foursome ever to play the Wynn course in Vegas. Like
Right.
when it opened,
Yeah.
like I think we were like 3rd on deck, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It was the Desert Inn before that, you know?
Yeah,
It was
whatever.
a legendary course.
You
I'm
know.
talking about Wynn. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, so it was funny, and then as I got older, golf kind of, I don't know, it's sort of it hit a rut a little bit.
It did.
Like after the Tiger shit went down, and there was a
yeah.
few years where it didn't feel like guys were playing as much.
Like even like what I grew up playing, I started playing when I was 12, played until I was like 16, dipped, caddied and played in art school in Atlanta. And then I lived in New York for like 12 years and like I didn't play
when you're
once.
playing, right.
I didn't ever even like, I wouldn't even tell people I golfed. It was like, that's the last thing I was thinking about doing was golfing.
Yeah. The guys started to go play because they would go and take that boat from down in New York City, take a boat to a golf course.
To Jersey.
Liberty.
Liberty.
To Liberty,
Yeah, they
yeah.
started playing that a little bit. That's
It's a cool
cool.
experience.
That's
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah, I've
right?
done that, yeah.
any of these guys, or I talk to my cousin, or I talk to someone like, you know, like my mom's goddaughter is like, you know, one of the greatest Korean LPGA players in the history of the golf. And like, you talk about these people when there's like the not spurts, but like major spikes. Obviously that 97 was a big spike.
Right.
Then early 2000 was a big spike because of Tiger, right?
Yeah.
And they even saying they're not playing like that. I mean, they're playing, but they're not like, they weren't competing. These are people who are golfers. And they say, we've never seen a spike like this COVID spike. This new spike is a different level. Like, you know, if that was up, golf was up 2,000% in sales and popularity. Golf after 2020, 21 was like 75,000% in popularity. You know, like you can't get a tee time at fucking Harding, you know, or, Wilson, you know, like can't get a tee time anywhere, any place anymore.
Yeah, what I didn't realize, this was funny, because my little guy, all our kids are probably pretty good golfers, but I got a 2-year-old that's pretty good right now. And I had been away from, I hadn't really been around a golf course, but after like the second or third time, I said to myself, why are all these Chinese guys, like, they come around the putting green and they watch Nash, my little guy, putt. I asked somebody, or I said it a few times, and somebody was like, dude, golf in China, bro, is like off the charts, man.
It'll be the biggest, they say it'll be the biggest market for golf in the world in the next like 5 years.
I had no idea.
Korea too.
Really?
If you go to any course in LA, it's all Koreans.
Really?
It's mainly Koreans here when you see at the golf courses, but China is like going through some wild stuff right now. So I think the president or whatever it is, the guy in charge of China, he thinks that it's like lazy if you golf.
Oh, he doesn't
like you're
like
an elitist. Like he looks down at it. Like you should be working or you should be doing something. You shouldn't just be like fucking off on the golf course
to enjoy life
all day. Yeah, to enjoy your life. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And then so they've been shutting down a lot of courses because of his philosophy, because it's only for a small amount of people. It wastes a lot of water.
Yeah.
Like they have their rules or reasoning why, and they're like shutting down golf courses. But I hear that over the next whenever the new situation, and like the kid that just won the USM is a Chinese kid up at Bandon Dunes. When you went up with that tournament we did, he won that following week. And there's a girl on tour who's, I forget her name, but she's on the LPGA right now. She's like 17 or 18. She made the cut and played in the US Open women's.
Oh, Rose?
Rose when she was 13.
Yeah.
So she made the cut at 13 and played in the US Open and like did decent. And she's on tour now. So China's exciting. It's an exciting time for golf there.
How does the because I see the kids and the parents at the ranges and stuff, and it's like, I mean, I remember sport parents,
I think it's Korean.
right?
I think that's all Korean.
But just the intensity in seeing these kids and their coaches or parents or whatever on the range.
It's like the pageant kids.
From an athlete standpoint, it seems a little intense.
That's a good analogy, JR.
What'd you say?
It's like pageant kids.
Yeah.
They're that passionate about it.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Anthony Kim, you know, he's one of the greatest golfers ever. And like his dad, you know, old school Korean parents, you got to remember, man, beating the shit out of your kids, knocking them around and doing certain things and just being like on some, they're just a different type of bringing up people, you know, and Korean men have these bad tempers and shit. They embed it in their head, you know, they make them practice, you know, if the average kid is practicing 2 or 3 hours a week, this is a kid. You know, they're practicing 10 hours, a day. And, you know, they just go until they perfect it. If they don't, they get, you know, and even if they don't like it, too bad. And it's just.
I kind of respect that. And also what's interesting, like obviously the dads or the moms, they're learning the game as they go too.
Yeah.
Like they didn't grow up probably playing golf, right?
Well, you know, we had Michelle Wee on the show and I didn't know her parents played. And I found out they're like semi-pro, like, you know, top amateurs. And she said her parents would drop her off and then they would go play tournaments. So like they were like, you know, it's just golf in Korea is a different level.
Yeah.
You know, it is elitist. You can't necessarily be broke playing golf. You know, they will finance their clubs and, you know, they want to wear Malbon. It's Malbon in Korea is like Hermes. You have to understand how big it is over there. You know, it's really high end. It's
We got 40 stores in Seoul. So just think of like New York City having 40 stores in New York.
So are they wearing golf gear, like everyday gear? Well, you're making it like that now.
They have like these cafes with the simulators. So they have like, I mean, there's this one company, they have 10,000 fucking simulator cafes. 10,000 in New York. Just think of it. Like how many? So on every block, there's like 4 or 5 indoor golf clubs where they're hitting in simulators because you got to drive an hour or two. It's really expensive to play golf. So all the young people are like we sell a lot of these little mini bags that holds like 3 clubs. but it's because they only take 3 clubs when they go to these cafes, and you can play with other people and you can log in and like.
Also
so
in
what
Korea,
you're saying is you're printing money.
Yeah.
The Korean
the
people,
culture in Korea is definitely more range, like simulator golfing, because it's hard to get things. But he's right. In Korea, a round of golf is 8-10 hours. You know, you have a 5-course meal at the turn, you massage, and you know, there's so much technology and things like that. There's actual resorts. Like, of course, there's resorts here, but I'm talking about like a real, for real, like villa, like not like Pelican Hill, like some different level in Korea. And that's just like,
I wouldn't even play no more, bro. If I get to the turn and all that's at the turn, it's over, bro. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
No, you got an hour. No, there's an hour and it's normal, and you eat and you drink and
you
do
take
this.
a break.
You take an hour break
remember
after
too, though,
9
JR,
holes. Like everyone does.
JR.
It's just part of it.
Wow.
So like
top 10 dime.
It's like taking a sauna in Finland.
That's what I'm saying.
it's just
Why
part
would
of
I
it. It's
wanna
like you
go
know
back
that
out
after that, but you get a full
I'm having
meal.
the time of my life. You want me to end it and go back out and play?
That's funny because if it's raining on a Saturday, we've had a rainy
Winter
in California. So I would take Nash. There's only one simulator place in this whole city, and it's in Koreatown.
Yeah.
And it's a tough drive. We got to go down there.
Yeah.
There's a couple in Koreatown, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's one that we go to. I haven't found.
Well, you could go to Aroma and hit balls still without having a simulator. It's it's kind of like it's covered, so even if it's raining, you could still do it. And Aroma's been there forever.
Why isn't there more simulators? Like why haven't Top Golf?
hasn't
Can't they bring it inside?
They can and they do, and there are cafes and such. Like up in Pebble Beach where I live, there's a place called the Lynx Club, and they have like 8 or 9 simulators, and it's like a sports bar.
Yeah.
But like, it's fucking hard, man, because there's so many. Even like Top Golf, they just opened Top Golf in Indonesia, and it's not doing that great. And it's not doing that great because Top Golf's $45 an hour. And like it's like $5 a bucket, and there's driving ranges everywhere. So it's very hard for those people. Those people train, like they want to go train golf, and it's like they're trying to get better at golf. So it's like an inner. There's no other option in Korea. In Korea, it's like you're gonna go pay like $1,000 to go play golf. It's cheaper to take like a JetBlue style flight to go to Japan
Just play
and go play and spend the night and play 3 days and come back. So it's like your options are like fly to Japan, pay $1,000, or just go to the simulator. And the simulator, it's great because you can meet up with your friends, and people go after work and they're open 24 hours, and they're on like, there'll be like one on the 8th floor, one on the 5th floor, and one on the bottom floor of the same building.
Yeah.
3 different simulator cafes with different brands.
Do you think you guys have been around junior golf a little bit now because of your kids? Are there still courses that have like a caddy shack vibe where you can drop the kids off in the morning and like they've got a chit and maybe they're caddying?
If you're a member, for sure. Like if you join a certain club, then
but do they have like junior programs that the kids can have fun and they're fucking around and they're living at the golf course, or is it like everything's just too buttoned up now?
I think it's both. I mean,
A lot of paranoia too, though.
It's a lot of paranoia dropping your kids off like in LA at like a municipal course and just leaving them there all day. I mean, if they have a crew of kids, then I mean, I started playing golf when I was 12, but it's because I worked at the golf course.
Right.
So like all the other kids that worked at the golf course, I had like a crew that we would play with. So like I'd have the school bus would go by the golf course on the way home, and I'd get off by the golf course, keep my clubs there, and just walk up at like 3:30 and play till dark.
Yeah, I guess what scares me is that it feels like it's becoming very institutionalized, like where if you play golf, you play for the school team, or you're on some fucking club team, versus we were just members. We had junior memberships at this local course that we played at, and every summer we knew school was out, and we would just figure out who are you going to play with tomorrow.
Yeah.
The board was up, and
It's not like that.
I think it's tough. That part of it is tough. But even like Remington, like who you met, Remy, he's 11. He's been playing golf since he was like 2 or 3, like Nash. But like, I'm like the opposite. I just want him to have fun. I want him to play. I take him with us. He plays with me and all my friends.
Right.
Q, he's been playing with his whole life. Like he goes on golf trips with me, shares the room with me. But
that's
out
cool.
of 18 holes, he'll come. And then like a lot of times it'll be like, there'll be like, say there's 12 of us. like my friend in the first group, I'm in the third, him friend will be like, I'm taking Remy with us.
Right.
It's like, go take his little ass.
Yeah.
You know, and he has a ball. He's playing with, Jerry. Like, it's like, I think it's just about like making it fun for them.
Yeah.
And not that institutional way, et cetera. But then as they do get to like junior high, high school, college, like I want Remy to be peaking when he's like 18.
Yeah.
Like going into college, becoming adult, like having, like I was telling you, that girl up in Pebble who shoots 6 under at 11, she might peak by 12, 13.
Right.
And then it just kind of goes down. So it's like, what are you trying to get out of it?
Well, actually, so there's a summer camp at Weddington, and Harvard Westlake has one. A few schools in the area have one.
Yeah.
So what happens, I drop my son off. They start on the putting green.
Yeah.
They'll be there for 30 minutes to an hour. Then they'll go play the 9 holes, the par 3.
Right.
Go on the range. So it is like a
half day,
3-hour, 4-hour thing, which is pretty
that's
cool. Plus they have lunch.
Yeah.
And snack shop at Weddington, bro.
It's not
cook
cheap.
Oh no, but they'll cook you lobster, steak. Like, good food there. It's like better than a lot of the irregular courses.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool, but I just don't know of anything else that I could think of where, like, unless you have like a country club like Oakmont or something around here. But
yeah, I think it was maybe it's a little bit of a Canadian thing too, because we have so many golf courses in Canada. Like every,
Damn.
And it's more condensed where it's just summer.
Yeah.
So like the
that's
kids are
true.
out of school.
Yeah.
Like here you can golf year round.
Yeah.
So like it's a little bit
you're
bit
right.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Where it's so condensed. Like my friends up in like Vancouver, they don't play all winter, but in the summer they're fucking on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I haven't played in 4 or 5 months, but like I'm gonna play 4 or 5 times a week for 3 months.
Right.
Just that's it.
Yeah.
Like clear the schedule. I'm doing that, and they ski in the winter or something. But in the summer, it's like work, golf, and their kids are in camps. I think it's more like campy.
Yeah.
Where like there's activities, long-term activities for the kids. We're here, like I don't know, in LA, like there's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
It's not.
I think it's a seasonal thing too. No, you're right. You're right.
It's been a long day. Time for a long drink.
The finished drink.
Proud sponsor of the Par 3 podcast, Long Drink.
Get yours at longdrink.com.
Cheers. What's your golf game like right now, man?
So So first of all, I hit old school. Remember the original Big Berthas?
Right.
Nothing feels sweeter than holding that club. These big stupid fucking drivers that you guys are hitting. I just want to hit straight. I don't want to lose balls. And I want to shoot, I don't know, 92, 94, 96. I won't slow anyone down. And I just kind of, and I enjoy the round. I don't want to take it any more serious than that. I don't ever want to get pissed off at how I played.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Not that much.
Have you hit a persimmon drive before? The screws actually on it?
No. I see everybody holding them.
I gotta get one of those.
It's a different
Ron got
feel.
a sweet one, man.
It's a different feel.
It's probably what you were playing when you were 8, wooden drivers. Or there were probably metal clubs at that.
We had just gotten, we're talking 91.
So it was like early TaylorMade.
Early graphite.
Tour.
I mean, think Ben Hogan was
R7s.
scoring these ridiculous scores with the persimmon driver. Like, that's
Right.
ridiculous.
I started playing wooden ping drivers.
How's it feel?
It's great. You can still hit that shit fine. If you hit it in the middle, it works great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to hit it in the middle. I think what the big ones and with all the technology, like Tiger Woods that we talked about in another episode, he said he was hitting the Persimmons wooden driver like 280 still.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
But he hits it right in the fucking middle. If you barely miss it, it's going to go like 180.
Yeah.
Like you have to hit it in the perfect
cut.
And he's good enough where he can hit it in the, like they say, in the screws, because there's a diamond of screws. There's like 4 screws
Right.
that holds the face together.
Do you guys play better after you've had a couple of drinks?
I think the drinking thing is like, if you start off playing and you're playing well,
Yeah.
then historically in my life, like I wouldn't drink because I start, or do anything to alter the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
Historically though, like if you're playing really fucking bad,
Have a drink.
have a couple shots of tequila and
Loosen up.
you might
Loosen
play
it
better.
up.
You can't play worse.
Yeah.
If you just shit trash.
You're definitely gonna play better.
I don't think I really do more than a shot or two, and maybe usually at the turn, especially if it's early morning, I won't.
Yeah.
But if I smoke some weed, then that doesn't mess up my game at all.
I've played some of the best golf I've ever played completely blacked out, for sure.
Where?
Shit, the Grove, all over and back.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
tons
the
of them. But like blacked out.
Yeah.
Hysterically dying, laughing, talking shit, and hitting the fucking best shots I ever hit in my life, and just die, laugh, and keep talking shit. And
I
go and
heard
do
you
it
guys. I heard you guys talking about. I'll give you my best foursome. I go daily.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how you guys don't pick daily.
I'm the Korean John Daly, bro. I love John Daly.
Really?
I picked
Okay.
Daly. I did
I
the
think
first
Daly
one.
for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
good. We
picked
got
daily.
we got
That's my
consensus. I think I go outside the box and I go like a Chevy Chase. Mm-hmm.
Love
Okay. I throw Chevy into the mix. I got one more. I would go Chi-Chi.
Love it.
Gigi
Love
Rodriguez.
it. I threw Willie in there, Willie Nelson,
Oh, Willie be
John
great.
Daly, Willie Nelson, and then I think I threw like MJ or someone.
Yeah.
If
put
you
a
could,
little-
if you could remove one rule from the game of golf, whether it be etiquette or an actual rule, whether USGA, like what would it be?
I'd let the crowd make noise.
Right.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. I mean,
Right.
that's why that Phoenix.
Yeah.
Waste management. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's so hard for me with that. Like, and you guys are fucking professional athletes, so think of the shit you've had to put up with from the fans. But when a fan says something to a player like, "Don't junk it," and then the player turns to a cop and has the dude thrown out. It's
I mean,
like, what
I imagine,
the
JR, you
fuck?
probably had some of your best games in Philly
Oh
or
man, on the road,
Boston.
what? You shutting up a crowd? Oh.
Yeah.
But I get it. If
nothing
you're about to do a
better.
tee shot
Nothing
or like,
better.
you're about to have a really important putt, I understand it being quiet. At least let him hit the shot. Like when I do say, "Go Tiger," and remember, he messed up and he hit the ball. And
No,
like,
but I
what
think
fuck?
I think the noise should already be created.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. But I'm saying
So
if it's
yeah,
quiet
it's
and
not
you
a
scream,
startling thing.
Keep
but
it going.
Yeah, you walk
Yeah,
into
so
that
that's
thing
fine.
and you
Yes.
get some fucking. Let's
Yes.
get it going.
I'm down.
And then it's at the end of the
What do
day,
you
it's
think
like
about-
entertainers. Like, you're getting paid a lot of money to play golf, and it's like, if you want to make more money, entertain more, have more people come to the fucking tournament,
Yeah.
have more people
I
watch it.
I want the fans drinking as much as possible
Yeah.
on the golf course.
Yeah.
What
And
about
having fun.
music
Having a
on a
ball.
golf course?
I think the music is that's pushing it a little bit. Like you guys practice with music on, right?
Yeah.
That's the craziest fucking thing. I see the football players do it too. They got music.
But we play with music too.
It's like 50
they
Yeah,
do.
like
They
they
play
play
in
you
between,
bring-
right?
Yeah, like you bringing the ball like all these, and then the fans is going crazy.
Yeah, you're
like,
right,
it's-
you're right.
It's nonstop.
But I mean, like half and
It's
half.
just part of
Where I go to
the-
a tournament and there's literally music blasting or playing. I was like, the fuck is going on here? And I'm pretty new to golf, but like you hear it, like okay, cool. And I got people who just don't like that.
Yeah. Well, the acoustics, yeah, in inside an arena, it's like I don't know. I think let the people fucking feel it.
Let them
you know?
have fun.
I'm not
Like,
gonna lie, I got pissed at the Sacramento series. I think it was Sacramento Golden State, and they had the cowbells going crazy in Sacramento, and they made them like they banned it.
They
I'm
said
like,
no?
that's what they like. That's what their city
They've
is
been
like.
doing that though.
100%. But you can't
They
do that
banned
to
it?
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
these college kids I play with, the college kids, like they don't stop walking, talking, laughing, playing music, fucking off, and they're going out and shooting 5-7 under par.
that's nice.
Right? And
That's
they
good to
literally
hear.
like, so when I go out with them, I'm like, oh wait, he's hitting. They're like, fuck him. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you are using someone talking as the reason why you're hitting bad shots, your game's in a real piss place.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like shooting free throws. If you've practiced enough and you're good at shooting free throws, cowbells, fucking wiggly shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what does that have to do with anything?
It's
Like,
funny. I seen a kid on playing the NCAA tournament. I think it was a year ago. A kid from Vanderbilt. He's got the bucket hat on. He's got his shorts rolled up, and everybody else is like got the pants on, like looking at the yardage book, taking it all serious. Got the bag standing up, and sure enough, like he gets up, he's like shoots it, got his number. Takes the ball out of his pocket, drops it, don't put it on the tee, move it around, like fucking around, stripes it. Everybody else is like, got the grass throwing it up.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, just give me the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's how I would want to play.
Yeah.
Hold up, JR. If you could remove one rule from the USGA or some kind of etiquette thing from golf, what would it be?
I like the fans making a noise, but for me, like, if I hit a good shot, I shouldn't have to hit it out of a fucking divot, bro. Like, I'm sorry. If I stripe the ball down the middle of the fairway and now just because it rolled a foot into somebody else's divot and now I got to hit out of there, like, I don't get no reward for that.
Okay.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
What about you, Stephen? Because that was a good question.
I'll just stop telling people what to do in general.
Yeah.
Just stop telling grown ups what to do, how to wear your hat,
Well, how
tuck your
about
shirt in.
I think shorts is important, man. Sorry, man.
I don't wear shorts.
I know you
golfing.
don't, but I'm just saying, like.
So I'm like, just because someone says I'm allowed to wear shorts doesn't mean I'm going to wear shorts. You know what I mean? It's like, just don't tell me what to do. And I'll be respectful and I'll be mannered and I'll be appropriate and I'm not going to beat the course up and I'm going to rake the bunkers and like all that's already going to happen. You know, but when you have like fucking people just constantly, like even example with Remy, he's 11. It's like, go to a certain club, wind's blowing, Remy takes his hat, does like this. And then there's some fucking prick in a golf cart drives up to me and he's talking about, hey, he needs to turn his hat around. It's like, why don't you just be happy he's golfing?
Yeah, exactly.
He's fucking 11. Like, just let him golf.
Yeah.
Stop telling everyone what to do every
Yeah, he could be
How
stealing.
about being a Riviera at the pro shop? Like, sir, I'm sorry you're gonna remove your hat, but I'm putting it right back out when I walk 5 feet out the door.
It's a lot of telling people what to do with the only answer to a lot of rules in golf is because.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? It's like,
I didn't do well with wearing a COVID mask anywhere, so I'm not
could
sure.
imagine.
Fucking, can I tell you guys one funny story, and then you guys have had a long day. It's sort of golf related, but whatever. I'm an actor now, and I did an audition for Curb Your Enthusiasm. So like in the acting world, you don't really see them. They don't really float around that often, right? These Curb auditions. So I get it, and I'm excited. I go, oh my God, I haven't even opened it yet. So I open it up, and I didn't know this, but they don't use a script on Curb. They just free ball it.
Ad-libs and everything, okay.
They got an idea of what they're doing, so that's how you have to audition. So my audition, I'm a golf pro giving a guy named Rick, who's deaf, a lesson. And Larry is behind us, and I think he's eavesdropping. And I have to like just ad-lib and create a scene out of this. So it is the first one. The first one, so I'm like, but the guy's deaf. So I started, coat, we're like taping it, go. And I'm like, Rick, great fucking way to strike the ball. Nice. When you hear the ball get hit like that, you know you've made contact. So I'm playing off the deaf thing. And then I look over thinking there's a pretend Larry. And I'm like, Larry, are you eavesdropping on this lesson? Like, you trying to steal this guy's fucking lesson, right? Yeah. So whatever. I mean, I'm thinking that's funny, you know? The second scene, we're on the golf course and Larry hits into me and Rick. He hits into us. And I turn around and I approach him and go, what the fuck, man? You just hit into us. Like, you know, and then I do this whole thing and I accused him of something. I don't know. But anyways, it was unbelievable to think two things. How many times I've seen somebody get mad on a golf course about being hit into.
Yeah.
Does that still happen?
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
yeah,
Of course.
What the fuck?
And then just the idea of like, you know, what do you do in that situation? Like, what do you do now if somebody's fucking hitting India? How many do they get before somebody
play
says
golf
something?
courses
How
with
many?
less
God, I
people.
don't know, bro. That first one's like, all right, we'll let it happen
It's that.
again.
That's it. It's one.
See, I'm
sure,
cool.
bro.
I'm good
Me
with
too.
one. The thing is, if you know the ball's coming and you don't yell for it,
Yeah.
that's what drives me.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't mind you hitting in. mistakes happen. But if you see that shit coming this way and you don't yell for or say something, we got.
Yeah,
beef.
it happens again. Nah, man.
Okay. So,
and I don't really get mad. I'm like people like, hey, I'm sorry, blah, blah. I don't really care. But yeah, getting hit into without a 4, that's kind of like, especially you get hit or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really get mad except at myself.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm fast. I try to play as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I don't like waiting around.
But there's no reason to really ever hit into somebody.
No, there isn't.
Unless you want to send a message.
Right, unless you want to be an ass, then it's like...
I'm a very impatient person, so if someone's in front of me fucking around, but if he's like 275 out, and I know I'm not going to hit it that far because I'm in the middle, I'm like, I have my second shot, I'm like, I'll hit it anyway, because I know it's not going 275.
I watched the one time at the in Detroit, I did some filming for the tour, and so we're out there in the practice rounds, and they're all practicing or whatever the fuck, and Tiger was in this group, and behind him was Justin Thomas and them, and they kept hitting up because it's a practice round, so it's like you're just putting. It's not going to hurt you anyway. Like we're hitting like 3 woods, 285. It might roll up on the green, and they rolled one up on Tiger, and he just went stomped on it. He just stepped on the ball in the middle of the green, like buried the ball. So they pull up and they're like, "Fuck!" Or you just take the ball.
And
People
I don't think that Tiger would be penalized for that. And I think that player. I don't know why I know this. I think I just saw this somewhere. Thomas would have to hit that ball out of that hole. You might want to mark me on that. I think that's a legit
that's a
rule.
good one.
That's fucking
Let me ask you, do you think because you played hockey professionally, do you think it was easier for you to play golf?
There's definitely it's just the natural motion. But what's weird is, so I shoot left with a hockey stick and I golf right.
Well, that's
and
interesting.
most of us do, which makes no sense.
That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah, you would think if you shot right, you would hit the golf ball right, or left, same thing, but no.
But couldn't you hit ambidextrous on a hockey stick kind of in a...
Not once you learn. We don't grow up learning how to shoot with our left hand. Like if we're a left-handed, we're not like, let's fucking learn with our right hand today.
Like switch stance, skateboarding.
No. No, these guys have to, you know, you got to shoot with your left, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favorite club in the bag to hit?
Anything with a flop. I'll flop the shit out of anything.
So anything with high loft.
Yeah. I like a flop.
Do you guys have any do you guys beef with refs like we do?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This guy's been in a bunch of fights, bro.
You know, the thing, you can't hear ours like you can hear yours. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like refs. I've never liked refs. I think refs are guys that played that couldn't make it. And they always have a fucking chip on their shoulder, and they just, you know.
I was gonna ask you about one of the refs. He's one of my guys. He's fucking hilarious though.
What's his?
Kerry Frazier.
Oh yeah, I know Frazier. Yeah, I mean a legendary.
All the refs.
He didn't wear a helmet. Like they made helmets mandatory, and they let him not wear a helmet as a ref. Yeah, for a long time, like 15 years, and he had the best fucking hair.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. And if you fucked with him, he'd tell you you're a motherfucker and he was going to get you.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't pull any punches. Like,
oh, wow.
We could shoot pucks at refs and make it look like we weren't shooting it at them. Because we got the boards, right?
Right. 100%.
So if you walked up to a ref and threw a ball at him, you'd be fucking 20 games or whatever it is. So sometimes if like Frazier was fucking around and he called a couple of dumb penalties in the first period, I'd get the puck behind the net and he's standing at the blue line along the boards, but he can't really see me, and I just fire that thing, like try and do it, you know, mid-arm high, so I'm not going to hit him in the head. I don't want to hit him in the thigh because that's not going to hurt. You hit a fucking guy with a wrist shot in the arm, you'll feel that. Especially he was older.
Right.
He got older, you know?
When did they change the rule of fighting? Because I remember you could fight and knock somebody the fuck out till they fall down. Didn't they change that? You can't do that anymore?
You can still do it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You can still do it.
What's the longest you get in the box? 2 minutes?
No. You could be in there much longer.
No, I've seen a motherfucking box for longer than that.
You get a 17-minute penalty if you really fuck around and find out.
But if someone when someone goes on the ground, then you got to stop. Right?
Yeah. But if you get a 17-minute, then I'm going into the Rangers locker room and like chilling and getting a foot rub or something.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't have to outside?
stand. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You used to fight a lot.
Because the period's only 20 minutes, so you never have time
I was about to
left.
say, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going back in at this point.
I mean, how
Yeah,
good
I'm
have
out.
you gotten to clock someone dead square in their jaw? Like,
Good. I
wish we
I
could
got
do
knocked
that.
out once. Doovie
I
Westcott.
JR,
Doovie
the first time I
Westcott.
went to it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
He got me once. I got it once, and I knew it was like, boom, lights are out.
Soon as he
JR, my
hit you,
first
it
hockey game
over.
was like 87, and I never knew that was like legit. And I remember the dudes who sat there, and I just remember the guys like, come on. And I remember the dead connect, 100% full cock back.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, the ref is watching this.
Yeah.
And then the dude came back. Finally, when one dude went down, that's when they had to stop it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, what did they say to each other? He goes, I have no idea, bro.
But
Yeah.
what would happen when you were fighting a lot on the Rangers? You would just pick someone to go at and already know who you were going to fight, kind of, before
Yeah,
you started?
you usually had an idea.
Yeah.
Could you imagine you could do that in the NBA?
Get out of as
Man,
fast
I
as
wish,
you can,
I
right?
swear,
Beginning
bro.
of the game.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything after they fall to the ground. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah,
only
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish you could be like, I could fight somebody and then they could fall and be like, all right, cool, you got 2
over.
minutes, and then
Yeah.
like, come on back.
Yeah.
Like, what,
Yeah.
bro? I'm not
It
going.
polices itself.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, but I'm saying if JR could have did that, like some of them dudes that like cheap shot him here and there.
Man,
Oh
listen,
my
bro,
god.
Well, they
Talk
think
about
about
the
fucking
record.
cheap shot.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know. And by the way, he's thrown a few cheap shots, and if it
For sure.
sometimes if it's the wrong guy, you go, maybe I don't want to throw this cheap shot in hockey, because it's like, I know that this guy, if I hit this guy and he can get me back, it's totally fucking legal. Mm-hmm. Right? He's not going to get suspended. He's not going to get fined. So it keeps you guessing on, like, sometimes you know, there's some guys you just let them sleep.
Right. leave sleeping
That's
bears
fucking
dirty, man.
awesome.
I swear it's the greatest, bro. I would do that so
Hey,
many
how-
times throughout the game. Are you kidding me?
How fast is like I'm talking the strongest, like, you know, a strongest shot. How fast is a puck going roughly miles per hour?
Technology, just like in golf now and in hockey, these sticks these kids are using, first of all, it's $500 to buy one of these sticks. These kids shoot the puck like 95, 96.
Okay, so it's not like 175 like in golf. I'm just saying it's still.
No, but the
90
density, you know, of a
No, I know the density of a hockey puck. I have it. Yeah,
you get hit with a puck. I get hit with a golf ball before a puck.
Really?
we
It's
just made the
smaller.
show.
It's less damage.
Come on.
You know what I
Is it true
mean?
they like freeze the pucks too?
Yeah, they keep those fuckers so they slide along the ice.
Oh man.
They're frozen. So that's even worse.
You get hit in the mouth with that and your whole shit is going.
Well,
Yeah.
they're wearing masks, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I wear the stuff. I wear the clothes, and everyone, you know, the kids are like, look at this guy.
Thank God.
Because you send me the free stuff.
It's the swaggiest gear there is, bro,
feels
in
good.
golf.
That's coming. It means a lot coming from you. When I met Sean, he was interning at Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
You've always been a fashion icon and a sporting legend. So
Yeah,
thank
I was
you,
the first
sir.
one to wear the shorts with the suit, and then Chris, which was the basketball player that copied it like 10 years later. Who's the guy in
Chris Paul, what?
Miami? No, was it Wade?
Yeah.
Oh, Dwayne
Yeah,
Wade.
yeah, I think
Wade.
Wade did it to like one of the award shows or something. I was like, bro, I chopped those things off like 10 years ago.
Tell them keep up with the times.
Our
man.
first hockey player, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
dog.
you so much for
Appreciate
coming
it.
Thanks,
on,
guys.
man.
Yeah, appreciate
That's
it.
it for Talk
See
3,
you
guys.
next week.